But Iraq is not a success. The war is not over. You could look at it, the war is now only really begun. They've taken over the country. It is now in the hands of Al-Qaeda. And what can the United States do? Really, what can we do by ourselves? If we're going to end that, no, we need the whole world. And we're not going to get the whole world. But if we are going to end this war on terror, once and for all, this radical Islam, this jihad movement, whatever you want to call it, there's only one way to do it. And that's to gang up on them. We need the entire world together, and we do an all-out blitz, and we don't stop until there's nothing left of them. Will that happen? Is it feasible? I don't know. But now we got a mess on our hands because we wanted to get out of Iraq because he won a Nobel Peace Prize, and he wanted to prove it. He wanted to win. There was another midterm election, and he wanted to win it. And there was another election coming up in 2012. He had to show that he was ending the war in Iraq, and he was bringing peace to the Middle East. He was bringing peace throughout the world. He's the savior. Well, it didn't happen. The rest of the world saw right through you, Mr. Obama. We all do. Coming out and lying to us as if we're stupid enough to actually believe it. And these people, they don't understand that they're making complete fools of themselves. So I say, Hillary, you keep talking, girl. You keep it up. Every time you open your mouth all week. She's had a very bad week. Her book goes on sale. First days, 40% off. Nobody wants it. The people that did read it hate it. She's out there making these wild claims that she brought back leadership in the world. There was no world leadership until Hillary Clinton showed up. And then, boom, look at it. Here we are. The United States was flat on its back. Just flat, right on its back. Because of Bush. Well, she comes in, boy, I tell you, she just straightened that place right up. And they ended that war in Iraq. Boy, I tell you, brought peace to the Middle East. Al-Qaeda's on the run. Yeah, they're on the run. All right, what the hell else we got in here today? Oh, here's a report. I was going to get into this yesterday. But I never got into hardly anything yesterday. And I barely got into anything that I was going to try to get into tonight. So we're going to keep on going until we got no more time left. Turns out during the Benghazi attacks, I need a shot of grog here before we do this. Just one more example that this cockamamie story, that this whole Benghazi mess was over a video. The terrorists who attacked the U.S. consulate in the CIA annex building, Al-Qaeda, used cell phones that seized from the State Department personnel during the attacks. Well, how did they seize them? Did they hold them hostage or did they kill them? See, we only got proof that 4 died. But we do know that there's a great deal of numbers of people that were not on the list to be made public. CIA had a lot of people over there. What they were doing, well, they were trying to get those weapons back. We've also got a report that during the attack, there were 400 surface-to-air missiles, either in the embassy itself or of the consulate or whatever, or in the annex building. But they were stolen. So not only did we not get our weapons back, but we lost 400 surface-to-air missiles and we lost 4 Americans, at least. So how did they get those cell phones is what I'd like to know. Did they shoot them and incapacitate them and then steal them? Well, they stole them from the State Department personnel during the attacks. And the U.S. spy agencies overheard them contacting the senior leaders of their little group there and giving reports on what was going on. Hey, boss, yeah, we're kicking their ass. Yeah, they don't have any security. They got nothing. They got a couple of guys on the roof over there, but we got a couple of mortars that'll take care of them. Yeah, we're raping the ambassador right now. Somebody's got a cattle prod up his ass. They're going to burn him here in a little bit. He'll be dead in no time. So everything's gone as planned. So, well, let me get back to the fight, boss. I mean, this is unbelievable. And the first moment I heard that story of a video, and I was like, how did they come up? What? I was like, this doesn't even make any sense. Why would they blame a video? This wasn't a video. And then they tried to pawn it off as all the other stuff that was going off in Egypt, which there was, 10, 20 people sitting around throwing a fit? Come on. Come on. This was a pre-planned attack because they didn't want to give up their weapons, and they wanted more of them. You don't do deals with these people. You don't even have communication with these people. Well, Eric Stahl, the man's name, who was recently retired as a major in the United States Air Force, served as a pilot of one of the C-17 aircraft that was used to transport the corpses of the 4 casualties from Benghazi. In an exclusive interview with Fox News, Mr. Stahl said that members of a CIA-trained global response staff who raced to the scene, were confused by the administration's repeated implication of the video as a trigger for the attack. They knew during the attack who was doing it. Right after they had left the consulate in Benghazi and went to the CIA safe house, they were getting reports that consulate cell phones, were being used to make calls to the attackers' supervisors. So they knew what the hell was going on. Maybe if our president was down in the Situation Room during the attack, maybe he would have learned this. But see, he had that speech to give. He had a fundraiser the next day. You know, Mitt Romney was gaining ground on the polls. And he was losing in popularity. He had to get that back. Everything had to be just right. And because he went out there and said that Al-Qaeda's on the run, and now we're not, and we got attacked, well, we can't let the world know that. Let's blame it on a video. I mean, if you're going to blame an attack on something, to blame it on a video, I mean, if you can't get any more creative than that, then you have no business coming up with spin. I mean, my God, a 5-year-old could have come up with something better than a video. A video is going to do all that. That's going to a video. Really. That little video made them rape and torture our ambassador and steal 400 surface-to-air missiles. Yeah. Well, looks Mr. Bergdahl, Private Bergdahl. I am not going to call him a sergeant. I don't care that he was promoted. Deserters. He's a private. Well, looks like he's heading back to the United States.